like a shooting star blazing through the skies, and a fire burning in my eyes. I'm catching up to you and bringing on the fire. I'll pour you up like dynamite. Yeah, blow up like dynamite. I can feel this rush running through my veins. Roaring over us down the cityscape. Can't nobody stop me like a mighty force of nature wreaking havoc in the sky. Oh yeah! Step on it, free will. We're gonna kick some shell. Speed demons up high. We're gonna make you cry. Step on it, free will. We're gonna make you yell. Mutant ninjas in the sky. You're gonna kiss your shell goodbye. Kiss your shell goodbye. Kiss your shell goodbye. I can feel this rush running through my veins. Roaring over us down the cityscape. Can't nobody stop me like a mighty force of nature wreaking havoc in the sky. Yeah, havoc in the sky.
People of cyberspace, what is going on? How is everybody doing on this day of the week? What is up, Ren Sus? How is it going? And any lurkers out there in cyberspace land, how is it going on this lovely day of the week in which we are currently all doing a thing? Hopefully all of you are doing fantastic on this day of the week, this current day of the week. Whatever the day of the week it may be for you, if you're watching this in the present or in the future, hopefully you're doing fantastic on this day. Woo! So, put a smiley face if you're subscribed. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I'll never be one to sit here and say, hurl your fingers into my subscribe button. I'm all about that for everybody else's subscribe buttons, but, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that for me. But, you know, if you're just hanging out, and you want a place to hang out, if you're just chilling and you want a place to hang out, this is the place to do it. So don't forget to do a smashy smash of all that stuff. Esty, what is going on? How is it going? It is so good to see you on this day of the week. Welcome. It's good to see you again. How have you been? Okay, so one little order of business here. So, well, first of all, this is insanely important. So let's go away. My most recent chip metal version of anything I've done from Daytona, USA. It finally got released on all the streaming platforms and all that nonsense. It took a little bit longer for this one to come out. I'm not entirely sure why. But, you know, here we are. It is what it is. Why do I feel like I'm so low? I feel like I'm sitting so low. But yeah, so I got that link there. Actually, I'm gonna pin that in the chats. And I do a pin message on that sucker. So that is pinned up there. So yeah, you can listen to it on Apple Music now. Yes, it is available on Apple Music. So the main links that I put on these little link pages that I make are Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, and then a link to the YouTube video. So if you know, if any of you out there listen on other platforms other than the ones that I have listed here, it is probably there as well. More than it's on all the main ones and a lot of platforms I've never even heard of, but it's out there. So yeah, that is a thing. If there's another platform you want me to add to the links listings, then I can definitely do that. So please let me know so I can make that happen for any fans of those other unnamed platforms out there in cyberspace. But yeah, so that is a thing that just came out. That's great. Not sure why that took so long. I submitted that like weeks before, like 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks before the video. Yeah, 2 weeks before the video actually came out. So it took a little bit longer than than expected, but you know. Which one is better, Nickelodeon or Disney? Hands down, Nickelodeon. No question. Well, 90s Nickelodeon. Let's put it that way. 90s Nickelodeon. Back then, Nickelodeon just had a special taste. They spent so much effort just making, just building the love for the brand and building the brand. They you know, all the little jingles, all the things they did to just enhance the experience. Yeah. Nowadays, it's why, I have no clue what's going on at Nickelodeon now, but I can without a doubt say that it does not compare to 90s Nickelodeon. Maybe making more money now than it did back then, but no chance. So I missed you all last week. It's been 2 weeks since we've seen each other, and I'm just now realizing that I didn't have in front of me what I was going to talk about. So one moment while I go retrieve this nonsense from the other side of the room. Hold, please. All this Nickelodeon conversation kind of shifted my focus here a little bit back to what I was originally going to present to you all on this day. So I was out of town last week for work, and a lot of times when I do that, I like to visit some kind of video game store that, you know, I wouldn't normally go to, obviously, because I don't live there. And a lot of times on social media, I will follow other, like, different video game stores in different parts of the world, so that, you know, if I'm ever there, then I can swing by and check it out. And so this past week, I got a few things to show off here. No spoilers just yet. So I went to Retro Games Plus in I forgot where it was exactly. I was in Anaheim, California, but it was outside of Anaheim. I cannot quite remember exactly. It was like 30 minutes outside of Anaheim, but I picked up two things there. I picked up this copy of 3D Hot Rally on the Famicom Disk System. So that was pretty cool. I rarely see these in the wild. I've seen them at a couple of video game conventions, but this was the first time I've ever seen one in a Famicom Disk System game in a store. So I was pretty pleased to see this. It is my understanding this is one of the very few actually Famicom Disk System exclusive games that didn't also come out just on the plain old Famicom on a cartridge. So that's pretty cool. It's also the only one that I've seen that is on a blue disc. Every other Famicom Disk System game that I have is on a yellow disc, but this one is a shade of blue here. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't really know much about this game other than I believe, if I'm understanding, and it's not something else that I'm just misunderstanding, this is one of the few Famicom Disk System exclusive games. And I got this for about half of what they typically go for on eBay. So I've almost bought this a handful of times on eBay, and I thought, oh, you know what? I'm not going to do that because it's expensive. But they had it for not that much at Retro Games Plus, so I was pretty stoked to pick this up. I have not played it yet, but looking forward to checking that out. And then speaking of Nickelodeon, I also got Real Monsters, classic 90s Nickelodeon Nicktoon for the Sega Genesis. This is complete in box. It's got the manual and all that stuff. It is some of this cardboard Genesis box nonsense, which it is what it is, but I much prefer the plastic Genesis cases. But they had this complete, and again, it was a good price, so I could not pass this up. So at some point soon, we will play some Nicktoon video games on the stream. Got this one to play. We got Stimpy's Invention on the Genesis, and I don't know if we'll do this. A game I have a lot of nostalgia for on the Super Nintendo is Rocko's Modern Life, Stimpy's something or not Stimpy. What is the dog's name? I've totally forgotten the dog's name. My bad. Seeing Genesis packaging makes me feel old. I love it. Look at that. Isn't that nice looking? Even this, the artwork alone, there's just something that hurls me into the 90s, and I love it. Stumpy? Is that I cannot remember the dog's name, but Grimaldo, I appreciate that. Mega appreciations. Also, welcome. It is so good to see you on this day of the week. How the H are you doing today? But yeah, so that is a thing. And then, what was this other store's name? Oh, frick. I believe this was actually in Anaheim, or maybe it was just outside. I don't know. Clearly, I don't know what I'm talking about. Video Game Geeks, I think is what it was called. I mega apologies if I'm getting that wrong. I don't have the receipt in here. Otherwise, I believe it's called Video Game Geeks. But you can look up either of these stores on Instagram if you're in the area, and check them out. I'm actually going to confirm this right now before I start saying stupid stuff. Yeah, Video Game Geeks. So Video Game Geeks is OG Video Game Geeks on Instagram. But yeah, so I walked in there and I was like, hey, or actually I didn't say this at first because I just wanted to browse through everything. And so I just kind of looked at all they had available. And as I've mentioned several times on the channel, I love the Sega Saturn. It's my favorite console. And I've kind of shifted my collecting to stuff that I either really want, for different consoles or whatever, or specifically the Saturn and the Sega CD. So I was looking around. They didn't have any Saturn or Sega CD games, and so I was like, okay, all right. But I went ahead and asked. I was like, hey, do you got any Saturn or Sega CD games floating around here, hidden somewhere? And he was like, actually, we have this gigantic stack of Saturn games that we just got in, just haven't priced them yet. But if you want to go through them, then we can talk. So yeah, did that, and picked up 2 Saturn games that have been at the top of my list for a couple years now. And one of them is Dark Savior on the Saturn. This is, you can kind of see it there if my camera would freaking focus. Good gravy pants. So it's kind of like an isometric 2.5D style. Spoiler alert, they talked about. Yes, correct. Kind of an isometric 2.5D style game where everything's like 3D rendered except the characters are all sprites. I think that's a pretty cool look back in the 32-bit days. But yeah, so looking forward to finally playing this. This has been on my list for the longest time, so that is amazing to have picked this up. And then the sequel to the original Panzer Dragoon on the Sega Saturn. So Panzer Dragoon, for those of you who do not know, this is it's like an on-rails shooter, kind of similar to something like Star Fox, except you can shoot like all around you. So yeah, pretty cool game. Really enjoy the first one. Have not played this one just yet, so looking forward to playing this one. So yeah, got a nice little haul from California land. Pretty pleased about that. Glad I got a little bit of time to do some video game chasing, because that's what I like to do. Okay, so speaking of chasing things, we do in fact have some business to tend to here. So, as many of you may know, McDonald's has these Happy Meal toys. That they're aimed at literally people my age ish. And so last stream we got these. Oh, by the way, it's like miniature McDonald's Happy Meal stuff. But last 2 weeks ago, we got this Halloween Happy Meal bucket, whatever these are called. So that was really cool. But this week we got something else hanging out in this box here. So let's hurl our body parts into this box and pull out the smaller Happy Meal box on the inside of this one. So I forgot the main one that I want is there is one of those Happy Meal toy displays, like a miniature Happy Meal toy display. Really want that one, and I would love to get. There's actually a Happy Meal box like this. So you open the gigantic Happy Meal box only to pull out a small Happy Meal box and then pull out a smaller Happy Meal box inside of that one. That's definitely what we all need in our lives. Okay, so let's open this up and see what the heckin' Tekken we have going on in here. It's something long and thin. I don't know. Let's see. Oh! I see. It is the truck that delivers all of the the Happy Meal goods, so that they can assemble the Happy Meals. So look at that. We got a truck. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6-wheeler truck. Love that. Is this actually what McDonald's trucks look like when they pull up to unload all the pink what is that? The pink foam stuff they make the chicken out, or they used to make the chicken out of. Smile. Just some Matrix level stuff. They put a Happy Meal inside a Happy Meal inside a Happy Meal, which makes exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's I feel the exact same way. I love that. So anyway, this is what we got. This is what we got going on. We got the truck, and we got the Boo Bucket, if you will. Super Ducky, what is going on? How's it going? Honestly, surprised we're still doing the McDonald's shenanigans. You know, here's the thing. Super Ducky, 1 week I did not do it, and everybody tore me a new one, and was like, it was an all-out riot in the chats here. And so here we are. Here we are unboxing McDonald's Happy Meals on this video game stream on a music channel. This makes so much sense. I hope all of you understand how much sense all of this makes. But yeah, so that's the thing. Okay, what are we doing today in cyberspace land? We're playing a game. We're playing a video game. I bet the fans know what they want. Exactly. And sometimes we even cut the grass around here. You know what I'm saying? But today we're playing a video game called Tales So, wait a minute. Is this actually called Tales Adventures? Because I swear, on the cartridge, it says Tales Adventure. It doesn't say Adventures. So, everybody calm down for a second, because I need to know what the heck is this game called? Like, the title screen says Adventures. Is it called Tales Adventures in Japan or something, and then called Tales Adventure over here? Why would they do something like that? It's called Tales Adventure, but the title screen actually says Tales Adventures. This is breaking my brain. My brain has been sufficiently fried. Yeah, I don't know. I always said Tales Adventure. Tales is Adventure. Yeah. I don't know. Who knows what this video game is called? What we need to know, the rabbit hole is going deeper and deeper. Exactly. What we need to know, though, is this game it's not like a typical Sonic game. It's not super fast, nothing blazing going on here. It's a more chill, kind of slower paced, kind of puzzly Metroidvania-esque kind of video game. This is the Rice Star pronunciation all over again. Exactly that. Okay, I'm gonna stop blabbing, and we're gonna hurl ourselves into this video game so that we can make progress and all that nonsense. So look at that. I'm gonna hide our Happy Meal toys. Maybe they'll make an appearance later. We'll see. Okay, so I borrowed this game from a friend as a kid, and I played it. I played it a little bit. Really enjoyed. See, it says Tales Adventures, and there's no apostrophe. I don't know what's happening here. But yeah, so I played this game. I maybe a couple of hours of this game, and I always thought it was super cool. But I was borrowing it, so I had to give it back and all that stuff. So that was unfortunate. But here we are. I picked it up. Familiar opening map. Yes, this looks exactly like several other Sonic games that start off like this. But my controller has disconnected. Hopefully it actually works. There it is. It has successfully worked. Okay, there's no context to this whatsoever. We are just hurling our body parts into this video game. Why is the A and S faded out? Is it Deventure? Maybe that is exactly what it's called. Maybe that's the confusion. That's quite possible. But, looking at this game, it looks great. a lot of, and I'm not sure when this game came out. I think I saw it came out in like 1994, which is pretty late for a Game Gear game. So that kind of explains why I think graphically it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty nice. 95. Okay, all right. How to do a thing. I know I only have 2 buttons. Yes, I have 2 buttons. By the way, I'm playing this on an analog Mega SG with a Game Gear adapter. So this is actual cartridge, but I do not have a modded Game Gear to play on my TV. So we're playing this on an FPGA console. So you know, it's fine. It's fine. I appreciate the fancy hardware anyway. So you know, I love the way Tails looks in this. Oh, he can climb. He can climb. Forgot about that. That's pretty cool. The animation's like really nice. I love how big the characters are in this. Yeah, you can push rocks. Push rocks, guy. Can I do something with the ground here? Yes, I can. Look at me. Look at these rings. I'm not sure what I do with the rings. I'm assuming they are health. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta climb on rocks. Pretty 16-bit looking for a Game Gear game. Exactly. Music definitely sounds very Game Gear / Sega Master System. But graphically, it looks really nice. Looks a lot nicer than the other Sonic games that are on Game Gear. Get out of here, sir. Oh, how do I fly? How to fly? I believe you get... Oh, you do the typical double press the hootie hottie. And then you hold. Okay. So I'm assuming you get upgrades that make you fly longer, so that's cool. I'm assuming, at least. How to go down? How to go down is the question. Gotta love, for whatever reason, the way the the background passes over the HUD. You know, it is what it is. Okay, alright. I saw you there, you fool. Wait, is it taking just a single ring away when I get hit? Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Get your nonsense out of here. Up, and away. Okay, there was a spike. Okay, so it takes multiple rings away. Wonder if there's any rhyme or reason as to how many rings go. But wait, is this... I've already been this way? This looks rather familiar. I like the little climbing there. Is there an explanation at why Tails has an infinite pouch of bombs? I've not seen one yet. I mean, I'm assuming that, you know, since he's an inventor, he's just kind of making them. Making them in his shoes. Oh, I can't go freaking down. His shoes make bombs. Yep, look at that. Climbing stuff. I'm not sure exactly. Not sure exactly what we're supposed to be doing. I think we just. I think you're just supposed to get to the end of the level. If I'm remembering correctly, I don't. Whoa, watch out. Chill out. Get out of here. Yeah. Alright. Is there enough flying juice to get up here? Frick. I think the answer is no. Okay, what is a fox boy with 2 tails to do? Oh, we can... Oh, okay. Okay, there's wind here or something, so we can... Can we do this? No, we cannot. We cannot do what I was going to do, so that's fine. Seems like... Maybe I see a ring down in there, so there's something to do down in there. I'm not really sure what, but you know. Do I fly? Okay, all right. Frick. Put me down. Okay. There's just a single ring up there on that ledge. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's all we got. That's all we got. Worked really hard for that ring. Oh, yeah, you can drop bombs while flying. That's great. Okay. Yep, there are spikes. There are spikes that do a deceasing of life. Okay, the game is over. That's it. That's it. A method of semi-modding, soft modding the 360 with just a USB. That sounds familiar. I think I saw something about that, but I did not fully look into that. So that's pretty amazing. Wait a minute. Maybe we need to go back to Tails' house. Enter. Enter house. Equip. What are we equipping? We just got some bombs. Just got some bombs. What are we docking? It appears we have nothing to do there. Okay, so we got passwords. Freaking heck. What if I'm done? What if I'm done? Oh no. Oh no. How do you, can you not exit this freaking thing? What happens if I don't have any passwords to pass? I cannot. All right, let's let's reset that there. Okay. Yeah, you know, just trying to think. We have not played any 360 games on the stream. I'd really like to just dabble in all kinds of consoles and stuff, you know? Not sure I'm not really sure there are any 360 games I can think of off the top of my head that we need to play, but if any of you know some, please let me know. I mean, you know, Sonic Unleashed, like 15th anniversary or something, is this November, I believe. So, I mean, could potentially play some of that, you know. The Unleashed recompile. You know, that I was thinking about maybe playing that at some point. That would be cool. I'd like to play that. I'd like to play some of these other recompile game. These other recompile games. Several of the N64 ones. I really want to play the Star Fox 64 recompile thing. Really want to check that out. But at the same time, I fear that it's going to make me just want to play the original. I don't know. Dadgummit. The modded Xbox resets every time the console restarts, but it only takes a couple minutes to set up, and all the settings should save. Used to take like 30. Yikes. I was big in the original Xbox modding scene, but it was kind of a pain, and it kind of stressed me out because I had a buddy that, you know, we both did the mod ship thing, and basically the way it worked back then was if Microsoft detected that you had a modded system, which I'm pretty sure the 360 was the same way. If Microsoft detected you had a modded system, then your Xbox Live account would get banned. And I played online a lot at the time, and I just definitely did not want that to happen. So it was always a little anxiety-inducing with the original Xbox trying to take care of that whole scenario. But basically, what happened, the mod chip I had, it had like a switch on the front that you'd mount to the front of the console, and then you'd flip the mod chip off and on. So when you flip it on, it would boot to like the modded dashboard and all that kind of stuff, and you could do all the fancy things. And when you flipped it off, then it would just boot to the regular old dashboard. So yeah. Oh, I can climb up here. Frick. I'm a fool. But yeah, that being said, I never got into the 360 modding just because, yeah, I just didn't really want to risk it. It's playing online a lot in my 360 days. Playing Gears of War and the original Modern Warfare. I played the original Modern Warfare a ton. A mega gigaton. Wow. Game over. Restart video game. Freaking unbelievable. Okay, we got to be a little bit more careful here. I can't be as reckless as I normally am with rings. So rings are definitely basically health in this game. I really like Tails' walking animation in this. He just looks so happy to be walking around throwing bombs at these ducks. Look at that. Yeah, the 360 generation for me was very interesting because I started off that generation with a 360, so I got I taught a band camp in 2006, the summer of 2006. When did the 360 come out? Did it come out into summer of 2005? Was it 2005 that I got it? Maybe it was 2005. I can't actually, now that I'm saying this, I can't quite remember if I got the 360 in 2005 or if I got it in 2006. Either way, whatever. I taught a band camp that summer, and maybe it was 2006, because I think it came out in the fall of 2005, maybe, and I got it the summer of 2006. I think that's what happened. Whatever, it doesn't matter. November 05. Okay, so yeah, that makes... Okay, so I got it summer of 06 with my money that I earned from teaching a band camp. Fantastic to bless myself with a video game, a brand new video game console. It was the first console that I had that had component video, like HD video. So that was really cool. I had just inherited. My grandfather got a new TV. He upgraded to a larger plasma TV, and I got his older one, which had component video and all that stuff. And so yeah, it was super cool to play that and live the HD, live the HDs. What did I get with it? I got Perfect Dark Zero with it, and I think that was the only game I got with it, I think. Whoa. But yeah, that's how I started that generation. And then in 2010, I got a PS3. And so I started playing all the PS3 games that I missed out on. So it was interesting because, I started that generation with the 360, played a lot that the 360 had to offer, and then switched over to the PS3 after that. And started playing through a lot of the PS3 stuff. So it was kind of like a new, just like a whole fresh console generation for me when I did that. So, dadgummit, you freaking duck, come here! Odd that Microsoft is against console modding when the 360s are pretty much glorified PCs. Yeah. Yeah, the 360 generation, that's kind of when things started going downhill for consoles just basically being PCs at that point. Oh, the spikes. Even though consoles are still just, underpowered PCs, there's still something to be said about hardware, a specific hardware configuration, a game being made for a specific hardware configuration instead of in PC land. Obviously PCs can do amazing things with games, but sometimes it's like the specific hardware configuration of a console. It's like they know that it's gonna run like this, except for now when you got 27 different versions of consoles and can we climb? No. Frick. Okay, maybe I need to get an item or something this way. I now see why I didn't get very far with this game as a kid, because it's a little on the difficult side. Whoa! Especially for a wee lad. I'm not sure what I'm missing here. See, I keep second guessing myself because I'm not sure if there's some kind of item upgrade I need to progress. One of those situations. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll get there. Frick! Oh, okay. All right. Yep, that was quite a maneuver. Professional tactics. Can I just jump here is the question. Oh, okay, we can, in fact. It didn't want me to fly. Sure did not want me to fly. But we can jump. We can jump all day long, you know what I'm saying? Do not you dare shoot your egg balls at me. Yeah? There it is. Get out of here. Okay. Got him. Just got to be a little bit more careful. A little less reckless. Get out of here with that.
On November 26, 2024, MichaelK said, "It's so sensitive. Can I turn down the sensitivity, please?"
November 26th. I don't remember what that was. Is this something, or is it in a... That's what Chaos Emeralds look like in this video game, apparently. Whoop! Alright. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Don't do something dumb. Yeah, look at that. Can I guess it's in my best interest to look down before I jump to make sure I'm not jumping onto spikes or something. That's probably an advanced maneuver for a video game like this. Redesigns for the emeralds are so cool. I love the R. Whoa! Do not you dare. Do not you dare. Ah! Oh, frick. Oh, frick. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you bunch of nerds. Look at that. Ah! Hang on. Let's go this way. See what we got going on over here. Man, I just keep randomly thinking about Knuckles Chaotix from playing through that a few weeks ago. That game is so good. It is definitely the gimmick of the game with the joined characters. It's kind of an acquired taste, but I don't know. The aesthetics of that game is just so nice looking. It sounds great. Is this the way I came? How to get in there? See, here's what's going to happen is I'm going to have to get these different item upgrades or whatever, and then I'm going to have to come back to these levels to get down in there. Like, I remember one of the items, one of the little things you can equip is like this little robot dude. Just make sure I don't randomly have that right now. This little robot dude you can control to climb in tunnels and stuff. There's so much potential for Sonic games on both the Sega CD and 32X, and I hate how there was only one Sonic game per system, for sure. Yeah, I love both of those games. And it's funny, I've always liked Sonic CD, but I feel like I appreciate it more and more as I've gotten older, and same with Knuckles Chaotix. Both of those games, I liked them, but if you had asked me when I was younger, I probably would have given them like a B- or something like that, but I'm not saying that they're like S-tier game. Well, I don't know. Depends. Depends on who you ask about Sonic CD. I do prefer Sonic 2 over Sonic CD, but there's just something I really like about the vibe of Sonic CD that is just rare in Sonic games. I don't really know what it is specifically, but and I love the anime cutscenes. I could just watch those forever. Like they absolutely nailed that assignment. Those animations are top tier. Even like watching them now, especially like the higher res versions of those animations, they're chef's kiss. All right, I just wanted to see if there's something else I was missing. You can't beat the vibe of that game. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is a fantastic game. I feel like we're about to fight. We're gonna fight. Not sure who the enemy is in this, but we're about to find out. All right. It's just a big duck. Son of a motherless mother. Frick. I wish I knew if I was hurting. There it is. Apparently Sega CD was meant to get CD audio remix of the Genesis game. Oh, interesting. Yeah, like probably very, very similar to the original. Oh, there's the... Oh, frick. I just flung my tea bag all over... One sec! All over my stream deck. One sec. Crisis averted. It's fine. Everything is fine here. Hopefully everything still works. Let's not break everything, please. Thank you. Let me wipe this down. I don't know what my fingers were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking. I was thinking about Earthworm Jim on the Sega CD, which I've decided. I was thinking about this the other day. I want to play through that on stream at some point. Even though I've played it several times, I love that game on the Sega CD. The special edition has fully arranged like kind of like rock band style music instead of the Genesis music, obviously. But that is a fantastic game. What is he looking at on the ground? What the heck is that idle animation? He finds something in the dirt and then throws it away. Interesting. Yeah, I could totally get behind CD audio remakes of the Genesis games. That would be pretty cool. There's what was I thinking of? There's for the what is it called? The FX Pack Pro, the EverDrive for the Super Nintendo. There are the best one that you can get. So there are mods that you can get for Super Nintendo games where people have just done like full on, like Link to the Past, for example, full on orchestral arrangements and probably with like VSTs and stuff like that, just to have, play it with actual like CD quality audio. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if there's anything to be had here. I don't think so. exit. Equip. I don't understand. I don't know what. Oh, I guess. Okay, you can only have 4 things at once and the stuff at the top. Okay, I got it. I'm picking up what is being put down here. I understand now. Okay, let us exit and return. Whoop. Come on now, guy. There it is. Volcanic tunnel. I don't think I got much further than this level. Alrighty then, Super Ducky. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night, and we'll see you soon. I left my tea uncovered for too long. And now it's cold. It's the worst. That is the actual living, breathing worst. What the H are you? Alright. So we got 20 rings. Okay. This is why we look down before we jump. Is this something? Yes, it does in fact. Well, it just looks like rings. Okay, this is how you get back up there. So we're going to go this way. Whoop. Yep, just like that. Just like that. Oh, freaking unbelievable. Mother of pearl. Oh, whoa! Okay, why didn't you grab? Why didn't you grab, Tails? Why did not grab? Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Please, please, have mercy! Have mercy! Have mercy! I'm just a fox boy with 2 tails. That is all I am. Does anybody plan anything good lately? So, since we last spoke, I beat Silent Hill 2 Remake. I quite enjoyed it. I'm not a Silent Hill 2 connoisseur, so there's that. But I did quite enjoy what they did with that game. It's definitely very, you know, as per usual with Silent Hill, it's definitely very, very out there. It's been a while since I had played Silent Hill 2. I think when I played through Silent Hill 2, I think like in 2013 maybe was the last time I played through it. First time and the last time. So yeah, been like 12 years since I played through the original. So I don't know what all was really necessarily changed. I'm not that intimately familiar with it. I know they did enhance a few things, similar to how they did in Final Fantasy VII Remake, where they where they enhanced like just you know, a handful of like storyline things and whatever. Continue. Is this good? Does this mean we get to continue? Yes, it does. Okay, I was wondering how the password system worked. Okay, great. Frick, get over there. Okay. But yeah, so I don't know what all they enhanced. I know there were a few things they tweaked and kind of enhanced from the original game. Very similar to what they did in Final Fantasy VII Remake, but there wasn't anything about the game that necessarily like really irritated me gameplay wise, like Final Fantasy VII Remake. There were some things about that gameplay wise that kind of irritated me, but yeah, overall I really enjoyed it. So I beat that right before I left on my trip. And I needed a new game to play. Well, I didn't need a new game to play. I needed some kind of game that I could play, you know, mobile while I was on my trip last week. And so, rather than playing one of the hundreds of video games that are in my backlog, I chose to buy the new Donkey Kong Bonanza video game for the Switch 2. and I am enjoying the freaking heck out of that game. It is quite excellent. I didn't buy it I thought it looked interesting when they originally announced it, but I wanted to see how the reviews were for it. So I didn't buy it initially, and then waited till I saw some people reviewing it and kind of talking about it, and it reviewed very well, and so I thought, okay, I guess we're gonna do this thing here, and I'm quite glad that I did, because it is a very good game. It is very well done. To me, it feels. It just has like kind of a Donkey Kong Country vibe to it, more than Donkey Kong 64 did on the N64. It really has like a Donkey Kong Country vibe to it, and I don't really know how to explain that other. But it also at the same time has a lot of that kind of N64 era rare 3D adventure collectathon style vibe to it. So it feels more like a continuation of Donkey Kong Country into the N64 era than I think Donkey Kong 64 did. I know a lot of people don't like Donkey Kong 64. I actually do like that game. Granted, it's been many moons since I've played it, so that may change my tune if I were to ever play it again. But yeah, I do really like Bonanza. I think it is fantastic. The music is great, and here's the thing. I actually up front I hated Donkey Kong's new design. I did not like that at all. Wow, I just sacrificed so much health to get a ring that didn't do anything for me. It's fine. We're gonna switch to this here, and we're gonna do this. Love it. Look at me. Look at this little bro. Oh, this recalls him. Frick. Yeah. Anyway, so I initially I did not like DK's new design, but after I don't know how long I played the game at this point. Actually, a good amount. I had quite a bit of downtime on my trip, so I was able to get some gaming in. So that was cool. But I see now why they changed the design how they did, because DK's a lot more emotive, I think, with the newer design than he was with the Donkey Kong Country design, and at the same time, with certain facial expressions, he does maintain a lot of the Donkey Kong Country style face, which is kind of what bugged me the most initially. Is like every time I saw his face, I just didn't really. It just looked weird to me, and I just wasn't really a big fan of the way his face, like how round it was, or I don't know. There was just something about it that I did not like. But having seen just how much life that they have injected into this game, it's quite good. It's quite well done. So I am a big fan of what they did with that game, and I'm really looking forward to playing more of it. Haven't had really any time since I got home to play it, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll do the thing. Where the H am I supposed to go? Can bro fly or something? Probably not. I like how this little robot's feet are basically very similar to Tails' shoe colors. Okay, let's go up here. Let's check this out up here. Oh, that's not the right button. That's not the button a guy wants to press. Okay, maybe I have to go back. And Tails can't go up here in any way, shape, or form. So there's that. Can tails fly up here? Yes. Okay. Why do I... Or not. No, tails cannot do that, as a matter of fact. Let's switch back to the... Oh, we got this. What does this do? What does the hammer do? Whoa, 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 whoa. Please do not decease. Please do not decease. I beg you, do not decease. Let's see. Nothing happens here. Okay. So let's backtrack a little bit. Frick. Okay, watch out. And do this. Got it. Nope. Trying to decide what I had a hard time picking what I was going to play tonight. And then I remembered, oh yeah, this is a game I've been wanting to play for a while, so we did the thing. Freaking unbelievable. Wow, I just spilled more tea all over my toes. What am I doing? Okay. Trying to decide. I have a handful of games that I know are going to be like month-long streaming experiences. So, you know, I like these. What the heck? Okay. I like these streams where we get to just play, you know, like a different thing every week. We're not really trying to beat the game, just trying to experience as much of it as possible. So I like streams like this. But at the same time, you know, every once in a while we got to play a game through to completion. I'm still pretty shooketh that we beat Skyblazer the week before last. I was not expecting to beat that. I don't know why necessarily. Just remember everybody was like, "This game's so hard." It wasn't that bad. But at the same time, I had seen it played many times before. So, one could say that was a little bit of a cheat. But, you know, I was familiar with a lot of the difficult pieces. Except for the final boss, apparently. Get out of here. Leave me alone. Stop this nonsense. Yeah. Let's see here. What? Is there anything down here that we need to know about? It appears the answer is no. Okay, there's a wall there that we can take out. So let's put our body parts down here. Do one of these. Probably just rings. It appears just rings. Okay. Do I have the hammer? Yes, I do in fact have the hammer. Okay, great. Cool. Riveting. Love it. Gotta love that when that happens. Frick. No! Mother. Get out of here. Do not you dare rob me of this victory. Shh. Is that a... No. Okay. Yep. Can we go up here? The answer's no. The answer is in fact no. The answer's no. Okay. Let's... Okay, now we're back here again. Okay, there has to be something that I can do with our little bro here. There has to be something, right? Oh! Freaking. How did I do that? Okay. You have to hold up and press jump, and then bro can fly. Remote bomb. Ah, okay. Love it. Oh, I guess I can just do this. Okay. So now I need to do this. And probably down. No? Can... Oh, okay, cool, cool. You know, I appreciate how there's just like literally barely any guidance in this. The guidance is literally the item that you've gotten. Like, okay. I mean, I guess it's very similar to Metroid, but... Can I delete that, bro? Let's just do a regular bomb. Okay, let's do the robot, bro. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I, in fact, did not jump as I was expecting. Good thing this little bro can walk on lava. That's helpful. I did not mean to return to Cinder. Alrighty then. Let's try this again, please. Why am I hurt? Why was I injured? Why was I injured? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Got some slowdown action. Is that grounder in there? Kind of appears that's the case. I just really appreciate how large all the sprites are in this game. How large how large Tails is, how large the enemies are. I just really appreciate that. This is a very, very nice looking Game Gear game. All right, cannot do anything with that. We're just exploring. We are just exploring. Miller time, what is going on? It is so good to see you on this day of the week. Long time no see. Missed you, boys. Missed you too. Missed last week. Woo! Missed last week, so it's good to be back. But yeah, how are you doing? Am I just supposed to fall here? Oh, I can make that, in fact. Just gotta time it right. Just gotta do a good time. Good timing. Whoa! That was quite the leap. Frick. No. Dadgummit. Frick! Yeah. No. Get out of here. Stop this. So I guess maybe the Chaos Emeralds give you flying power? Maybe. Just got back from a trip abroad and now home getting into rugby season. Very cool, very cool. Hope you went somewhere cool. Was it for fun or was it for work? Or pleasure? I was saying family reunion in Ireland. Very cool. That sounds awesome. Never been to Ireland. Come on now. Can't do that. Whatever. Yeah, I was in California last week and got to do some video game hunting while I was there. So that was cool. Always love getting a chance to do that. Glad I got some downtime. It was for work, so I wasn't expecting to have too much downtime, but it turned out that I did. So that was good. Hit up a couple video game stores. Hammer. Still don't know what the hammer does. can't hit that. I can't throw bombs up, right? Nope, just down. I did, in fact. I'll go ahead and show you what I got. But we got whoa, chill out. We got 3D Hot Rally on the Famicom Disk System, Real Monsters on the Sega Genesis complete, Panzer Dragoon 2 on the Saturn, and Dark Savior on the Saturn. So both of those Saturn games came from a video game store called Video Game Geeks, and they have been at the top of my list for Saturn for quite a while. So I actually asked them. I when I got there, I looked around for a bit, and they didn't have any Saturn stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And I just asked, like, yo, you got any Saturn games just chilling, hiding in the back or something? It's like, yeah, we got some we haven't priced yet, if you want to take a gander. And it was a pretty good stack of games, and frick. So they had those two that have been at the top of my list for a while, so that was pretty cool. And then I got the other two at Retro Games Plus, another store called Retro Games Plus. And 3D Hot Rally it's actually the only Famicom Disk System game that I have that is it's a blue disc. All the other games I have are yellow, so that was cool. And it is my understanding this is the only, or not the only, but one of the only Famicom Disk System exclusive games. Many of the other games that came on a Famicom Disk System also came out on the Famicom on a cartridge. So yeah. Never owned it, but I think I played the Real Monsters game for Genesis as a kid. Oh, nice. That's cool. I've never played it. At some point soon, and maybe we'll start that next week. I don't know. I was just, before you got here, I was trying to figure out what I was going to play next week. But I have a few Nicktoons Nickelodeon games that I want to play on stream. So I have Real Monsters here. I have Ren and Stimpy's Invention for the Genesis. Really want to play that. Actually, really just some cartoon games in general. So those two. I have a Beavis and Butthead game that for the Genesis that I want to play at some point. I'd love to play some of those old Disney games like Lion King, so you guys can watch me lose my mind at the second level in that. And Aladdin, absolutely love Aladdin on the Genesis. What is going on, Steven? How are you doing? It is so freaking fantastic to see you on this day of the week. What the heck is going on? So that, on the Super Nintendo, recently I picked up Biker Mice from Mars. And I need to see, I've heard it's a really good game, which is why I got it, but I don't know anything about it, so I want to see if it's a good stream game. If it is a good stream game, then we'll play that at some point soon. And I want to play, I've got a Rocco's Modern Life game for the Super Nintendo that would probably be cool to play. Just woke from a nap and have arrived. It is great to see you too. Hello, cyberspace. Hope it was a fantastic nap. Naps are, for me, naps are a roll of the dice, if they're good or not. Sometimes I've got to find the right, like, just this right amount, the perfect amount of sleep in a nap, you know, to where it's like I don't feel like absolute garbage when I wake up, but I actually feel like rejuvenated and brought back to life when I wake up. Sometimes basically all the time when I take a nap, I know that when I wake up, I'm going to want to go back to sleep. So I pretty much always set an alarm and put it on the other side of the room, so I have to get up and turn it off. If I set an alarm on my phone and put it right next to me, 90% of the time I will wake up and I will not just silence it, but set it again for like another 30 minutes or something like that. So yeah, I have to put it on the other side of the room, otherwise chaos will ensue. Napso roulette. Exactly. My wife is that way. She sometimes will set an alarm. Sometimes we'll just not set an alarm and see what happens. And almost always she will wake up like 5 hours later and, have created sleep cycle chaos. So there's that. I think there was an Animaniacs game. Yes, there is. And I have not played it. It would be another cool one to play. I'm not sure if it's any good or not, but maybe it is. I'm pretty sure there's like an Eek the Cat game. As interesting as that is. I don't know if that's any good. What was that other one that I was thinking? Is it Eek the Cat or maybe it's SWAT Cats or something? I think it's SWAT Cats. Haven't ever seen Tales of Interest, so this is a new one. Yeah, so this is a game I borrowed from a friend as a kid, and it's... I never got too far because it's a little bit more difficult. It's definitely much of a slower game versus the typical Sonic formula. It's more of a kind of almost Metroid-ish puzzle kind of game where you get items that help you unlock different areas. You got to go back to previous locations to progress. This is an interesting game. Looks like a Metroidvania. Exactly. Yes, very very Metroid-esque. So, I just realized I've already beaten this level. Yeah, frick. Oh well, whatever. It's fine. Tis what it is. So, get in there. Yeah, just like that.
Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, and it came out pretty late in Game Gear land. It came out in 1995, so that was, pretty late in the... Oh, I didn't actually beat the level. This is just like the second half of that level. Okay, that explains things. But yeah, 1995, which is pretty late in the lifespan of the Game Gear. Frick, come on now. I wonder what the last Game Gear game released was, or like towards the end of the Game Gear's life. Frick. Unbelievable. You fools. You foolish bat things with giant eyeballs. Yeah, look at you. Whoop. Some of that. What other cartoon games are there? One just came into my mind, and then I got into the heat of battle, and I forgot what I was going to talk about. Official Game Gear game. The last official Game Gear game released in the U.S. and Europe was Really? I did not know there was a Lost World video game, so that's pretty cool. I had no idea. Frick. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Surprised they didn't make a game like this for Genesis and do simpler game for Game Gear. Yeah, this is pretty ambitious for a Game Gear game, honestly. I feel like a lot of Game Gear games are pretty simple. Mobile games in general, handheld games in general, historically were always like a little on the simpler side, so pretty cool. This could be really cool as like a fleshed out, console game for sure. But I always thought this was a really, really cool game, and when I played it as a kid, basically it was one of those things where I borrowed it from a friend and I played it, it was like in the middle of the week, and I went home and I played it for like an hour maybe and had to bring it back to him the next day, and That was also the story with Rocket Knight Adventure, which is a freaking phenomenal Genesis game. But yeah, I didn't get too far, so I always wanted to play it. I've actually had this for years, but I just haven't gotten around to really play through it. Okay, yep. So yeah. Yep, that's a Chaos Emerald for some reason. Oh, we need to do a throw. Can we do this? Oh, whoa! Okay. Yep. Man, what the heck was I just thinking for other cartoon games? I wonder if it's on any of the Sonic compilations. I don't know. It could be on the GameCube, the Sonic Gems, whatever that one is, that has like Sonic CD. I think it's actually on that one. Maybe. If it's on one, it's probably on that one. I don't know if this is on... Actually, I think this is on Sonic Origins, maybe? I think it is. I vaguely remember seeing it when we played through that, and I didn't want to, you know, I wanted to play the actual cartridge of that. Get on in there. Oh, what? Unbelievable. Can I just slide it forward? Yeah, look at that. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Oh, yeah, got him. Straight up got. All right. Sure have a lot more flying energy now, so that's helpful. Got him. Look at that. We done did do. You know what I'm saying? If you're picking up what I am putting down, gotta love that. All right. Whoa! Cool your pants, sir. Not so game over, yeah! I was literally just thinking about that and how I have totally failed everybody in cyberspace for still having not added that to the stream like some kind of freaking slacker. What? Okay. Yeah, get on out of here.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Look at all these rings. We're so rich with rings. Tasmanian Devil, okay, in Escape from Mars. I've never played that one. I played the first Tasmanian Devil game a lot. That was one of my go-tos on the Genesis. It's like you are the Lord of the Rings. Frick. Poop! Poop! Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Oh, that's fine. Oh, I need probably the hammer, maybe? Oh, what? Alright, what the heck do I need there? There's some other games I played a lot as a kid. Toy Story, which we played last Christmas. One of my favorite Genesis games. Super, super cool game. The only problem with Toy Story, very, very well done game, actually like insanely impressive.
a lot of the things that they do graphically in that game. But biggest problem with that game is like every other level is a different genre of game. So if you're playing it for the first time, it's like, all right, what the freaking heck am I supposed to do? How do I play this video game? Need a sound effect that goes stop hammer time. Exactly. Where's my note? Need to write that down. I need to write down that I'm a fool and I have not done the game over yet. Game over yeah. It's so good. It's so good. Whoa! Keep your toes to yourself.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Indeed. Indeedy McDoodleson. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, what? Okay, hold on to your horses. Okay, this bomb does blow those walls up like that. Keep your balls away. Let's go back this way. So I think actually we can destroy that wall. I'm just hoping I don't freaking fall on something. Wait, why didn't I go this way? Am I a fool? Am I a fool? We got a helmet. Okay, this is where we start having to equip things and all kinds of nonsense. Okay, so let me switch over to this little robot bro. So freaking cute. I'm not sure what the purpose of this is. There was like nothing to get in there, so whatever. Oh, that's the wrong thing. The wrong hootie hottie, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's where this game starts getting freaking hard, is when you have to know, oh, in this level I need this item so that I can progress, so I have to go back to home base, equip the item that I need. Yikes. This could be intense. All right, let's see. What the heck? I don't see a visual difference here between this wall and the one that I just blew up. Okay, whatever. I guess we're gonna come back. There's nothing to be done here. I love that Tails has a lot of flying energy now, though.
On November 26, 2024, MichaelK said, I gotta reposition my junk.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been there. We've all been there. In some way, shape, or form. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wind. Was there a Captain Planet video game? It's important indeed. Indeed. Surely there's a Captain Planet video game, right? What kind of society would we be without a Captain Planet video game? No, 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 da, da, da. Oh, I could just hold up. Oh, okay, so it's exactly like... Okay, so the little robot dude is exactly like Tails, which apparently I was flying incorrectly with Tails. Okay, but if you jump and just press jump again, then you just kind of... Okay, whatever, it's fine. Woo! Okay, woo! Whoa, that's interesting looking. Come on, you fool! Video game released for various... Oh, there is an NES game. I do actually remember that now that you say that. Funny enough, I own that game. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. I totally forgot about that. I did not know that it came out for the Amiga and Atari ST. I don't know anything about either of those other systems, but I do remember playing it on the NES, but I can't remember if it was any good or not. My hunch is that it's not, which is why I don't really remember the gameplay at all. But I'm sure if I played it, I would be like, oh yeah, this dumpster fire. I remember this video game. All right, so I think if I drop my bomb here. Okay, maybe this is, I need some other item to bust this. Whoa. That was almost a catastrophe. Stephen, have you ever played... I picked these two games up on my trip last week. Have you ever played either of these on the Saturn? Or seen them? Dark Savior. It's kind of like an isometric view, 2.5D style game. So everything's kind of like 3D rendered, but then the characters are all sprites, like 2D sprites. So this has been on my list for quite a while. Had Dark Savior from Jason. Nice, nice. I figured that that may have been the case, because this is one that a lot of people talk about, but I've never played it. So got that, and I got Panzer Dragoon 2 on the Saturn. So I got both of these. I went to a store in Anaheim, had that too. Nice. Anaheim, California, called Video Game Geeks. And it's pretty small store. It's actually kind of a fairly newer-ish store. I think it's like maybe a couple of years old. I actually follow them on Instagram. Looked around, and I've been trying to mainly focus on Saturn games, and so I was very wounded to see that they didn't have any Saturn or Sega CD games. Those are kind of what I'm focusing on, and so I just asked. I don't normally do this, but I asked, was like, hey, you got any Saturn games hiding around, that aren't priced or anything, that maybe, or I didn't ask if they weren't priced or whatever, but any Saturn games hiding out in the back or anything that, you may be sitting on. He's like, oh yeah, we have some that we haven't priced yet if you want to take a look-see. And so yeah, both of those were in that stack. And I was like, alrighty then. Yeah. Had what was the other stuff he had? I think there were like Street Fighter Alpha 2 was in there as well. There were, I can't remember what else was in there. There were a couple other pretty good ones. Oh, Street Fighter like Puzzle Fighter was in there, which I've never played, but that's also on my list. But these two games are a little bit on the pricier end, so I couldn't quite stomach more than two Saturn games. But yeah, so I was pretty pleased to pick those up there. I had a few others that I have. They had Bug, and they had Clockwork Knight, which I love freaking the crap out of Clockwork Knight. But yeah, if somebody wanted to get in, like just pick up a Saturn with a handful of Saturn games, like that was the stack of games to get. There was some good stuff in there. But I was pretty shooketh.
Oops, winning.
Exactly. I was pretty shooketh to discover that they had such a great stack of games. I was fully expecting them to just have like just some decent. Not that stuff like Bug and Clockwork Knight, which let me rephrase that. Stuff that's a little bit more common A little bit less on the uncommon side, stuff that's a little bit more common. Frick! All over my body parts! Okay. Let me get back there. Cyberspace.
The current DSi count is
Look at that.
608. This is the first of the day.
Unbelievable.
01001110, 01111111, 01111111, 011110.
Yes. Can't even think of that many Saturn games. Will.
The who? The her.
Yes. Cyberspace, I'm going to take a very quick break and go to the loo here, and I will be back very quickly, and we'll discuss Saturn games when I get back. So, don't nobody go nowhere. Max. Ironically, I just pounded an apple. I started walking. I was like, I didn't eat that big of a lunch today. And, because I was in a hurry earlier. And then now, usually I start the stream. Usually I have dinner after the stream. Welcome back, Steven. I mean, thank you for the welcome back, Steven. Sometimes my brain confuses words. But yes, I didn't really eat that big of a lunch, and a lot of times I will just eat dinner after the stream, which I realize is really stupid late, but, you know, crucial times. And so I was walking, and I was like, man, you know, I kind of feel a little lightheaded here. I should probably not give up the ghost on the stream, so... yeah, all is well in the Shire now. Okay, so what are we doing here? What do we do with this hat? I don't know what to do with this hat. Also, I don't know... I don't know if there's a reason to have the regular bomb versus the remote bomb, but let's just go ahead and swap. Wait, are there multiple pages? Oh, geez. Wait, can you... equip an emerald? No. Okay. This is fine. Okay. Also, I generally I do refrain from eating on the stream. I realize that, you know, sometimes streamers have to do what they have to do. I fully get that, but that's just a thing that I do not want to do. Wait, what the freaking heck? Why can't... Are you scuba diving me in the face parts? Anyway, okay, I guess I couldn't get back over there. Whatever. I don't know how I'm getting more rings. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Oh, okay. Whoa! Okay. Whoa! Oh, this. Wait, what? This is like a full body helmet. I am uncertain the purpose of this. I'm sure all will be revealed in due time. Look at you. Look at you. Bunch of fools. Is there anything here? The answer is no. The answer is, in fact, no. Whoa. Are you stuck, Donald? Let's see here. Okay, that was good. That was good. That was great. Okay. Nostalgic Bit Gaming, what is going on? How are you doing? It is so good to see you on this day of the week. Welcome. Welcome to this corner of cyberspace. Clabot's been just like very missing from the stream here today. Just hasn't been as active. It's weird. Whoa, okay. Does this do a thing? Does this do what I want it to do? It does, in fact. That is exactly what I needed in my life. So let's go. Does this leave? Does this exit? Ah! Beep, boop, bop. I love that. Why don't you get us a quote, Collabot?
On March 18th, 2024, Michael K said, "Sometimes you gotta burn some mess."
That's an OG quote right there. That wasn't long after we started streaming again. Yeah, look at us! Ran out of bombs, but that's fine. Get him. It is also very true. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, get out of here with that nonsense. Keep your toes, your webbed feet to yourself. Whoa, 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 whoa. I like how they just run in place. I'm assuming the manual of this game reveals all of the plot secrets of why these ducks are so angry at Tails. This is a really good game. I always knew that it was a good game just from the little bit that I played of it as a kid. But you know, sometimes I wonder with that kind of stuff, like, was it actually good, or am I just, you know, do I just have little kid goggles on or whatever? But no, this is actually pretty great. And like graphically, I think this game looks really good for the Game Gear. Probably jealous because he can fly better than they can. You're not wrong. You are not wrong, Miller Time. I'm going to have you check it out. Nice. Whoop. Okay. That was not the move. Some of that. Some of this action. Get that nonsense out of here. I think they made the right move with this. And like, not only is like the sprite, the detail of the sprites is good, but like the animation is really, really good in the sprites in this. Like just the way that Tails just moves, the way he walks, his hair's like flopping in the breeze and stuff, and really, really well done game. I'm a fan. Wait, let's see. Is there anything over here we need to know about? Apparently no. Okay, let's proceed. Are we fighting? Who are you and why are you angry with me? What is this face Tails is making? What is that? Does it mean I have infinite flying abilities? Frick. Ah! Oh. I can picture Sonic at the end wondering what's keeping Tails so long. Exactly. Dadgummit. I guess I can't hit him. Okay, I guess we're just flying. We're just dodging. Whoa! Oh no! Alright. frick all over my body. Woo. Ah! Oh. Ah! At least I'm assuming this is what I'm doing here. Okay. Fantastic. Sure! Was not expecting him to come down that way. I am uncertain if I'm just supposed to keep flying up or if I'm supposed to be attacking. It just didn't really seem... Oh, here we go. Okay. Now we're fighting. No, now he's automatically flying. What in the hickory-dickory dock is happening? Oh, thanks for that Chaos Emerald, you enemy. I also see the reason the ducks hate tails. They found out his favorite ingredient in dishes. It makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. I'm sorry, what? Are we ready? Okay, now we're rocking and rolling. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, we can go either direction. Oh, ooh, wait, my bad. I wasn't ready to leave. I wasn't ready to leave. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is? This button does nothing. All right. I'm not sure what that is up there, but I guess it's just part of the scenery. Just some glowing scenery in the background. Can I... How to... Can shoot? Maybe I need to go back this way. Maybe I need to equip something. Oh, frick. Whoa! The button, it does nothing. Let's see if I need to equip something. Let's see. Enter, please. Whoa. Is Sonic not in this game at all? Like even the beginning story? Yeah, I haven't seen him. There was really no context whatsoever at the beginning of the game. So I'm assuming the story is actually in the manual. Oh, you have to freaking equip this? The Vulcan gun. Ironically, I have been watching the Star Trek reboot that came out, when was it? When the heck was that? Like 2009 or 8 or something like that. Been watching those. I never saw the third one, so I wanted to watch that, but I rewatched the first one and the second one. And it's funny. Before I watched the second one, I was like, I don't really remember this, but I literally, as I was watching the second one, I was like, okay, I remember all of this now. Yeah, I really, really like them. I think they're quite good, and I fully see why J.J. Abrams was hired to do the Star Wars sequels. But yeah, we're not going to go there. What the heck? Oh, okay, so I have to go in here. And then... Oh, okay. And then I have to go ready? Okay, that's kind of weird. But whatever. Exactly. Okay, let's try this again now that we have missiles. Okay. Look at those. Look at those projectiles coming out of my drill, the giant drill at the tip of my F-Zero looking submarine. Yeah. Yeah, a bunch of nerds. Get these balls out of my face. There's some mega slowdown here. Elijah, how is it going? It is so good to see you. Okay. Oh, I drill. I just drill. That's all I do. Like that. I'm so good with this drill. Ah, okay. So the drill does hurt the enemies, but it also hurts you in the process. These don't really look like missiles. They just look like little pew pew. It looks like some kind of... I can't think of what I'm thinking of. In some game, there is a weapon that looks exactly like this, and I can't think of what it is. Probably some like run and gun style game, or maybe I'm thinking of Space Harrier. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Sometimes the things that go on in my brain are irrelevant. Frick. Come on now. I definitely feel like I'm controlling a ship underwater right now. It feels very slippery. Feels very slippery. No. It's like a flat gun. This past week I saw... I know I've told this story on stream before. So I'll go ahead and tell it again for those of you who were not there. But I saw my buddy this past week, and we were talking about this time. So we used to play this game called Tribes 2 all the time after school. You know, get online, play Tribes 2. Tribes 2, it was a great game. It was a great game. I don't know how well it's aged. It's been a hot minute since I played that game, but I absolutely love Tribes 2. Or it's been a long time since I played it. But yeah, it was cool because it was like, you know, it was pretty simple, like team-based, you know, kind of like capture the flag and stuff like that. But it was like kind of like a spacey kind of first-person shooter. And you had a jetpack. Honestly, like Halo Reach kind of reminds me a little bit of Tribes 2, but you have a jetpack and you can fly around, and obviously you have like different flavors of guns, but you can also get in different ships and things. You can get in like a ship that, you know, just like a one-person ship. You can get in like a bomber ship, or you can basically drive like a team, like 4 different people or whatever on the ship with you, and go do whatever. So it was pretty cool for its time.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Not necessarily anything insanely special right now, but it was a really cool game at the time. And you know, you could have people get in your ship with you and then just totally flip it over and slay everybody in the process. So, you know, early days of online gameplay. Love it. But anyway, so we played this game a ton after school every single day. We would come home and play Tribes 2 for a few hours before we did our homework, and then we would continue playing after that. But we went, after a while, we started going into the same server every single week. Every single day when we played, we'd go into the same server, and the same people would be in there. And you know, we felt like we developed a bond with these people that we were playing with. And you know, we were getting better at the game, and it seemed like we were just all having such a great time. And this went on for months. This literally went on for months. And so one day, we come home from school and we go to get on the regular server, and unfortunately, the server was down. And so we're like, okay, that sucks. What are we gonna do? I guess we gotta find another server to get in, and where we don't know anybody. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be weird, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And so we get into the server, and we're like, and our friends are in there, and we're like, bruh, all of our friends found the same server. That's incredible. That's absolutely amazing. We feel right at home here on this server. And at that point, something sort of feeling just a little fishy about this experience. And I don't really know how exactly we figured this out, but we looked at, whatever the screen is, it shows you all the people in the game. So we looked at it and saw this, just noticed this number. It said like 2 parentheses 10 or something like that, however many other people there were in the game in the parentheses. And we were like, huh, that's interesting. What does that mean? And at some point when we were digging through all this stuff, it just clicked. Bro, these people that we thought we knew so well, that we've been playing with for months, they are bots. They're bots. We got in another server, and they were all in there too. We got in a few other servers, and they were all in there. And so it was just like, it was the worst thing of all time to realize that, we hadn't formed any kind of relationship with the other people that were in this game. They were literally just bots. We were playing with bots. And then from there, we went and we got in another server that actually had people in it, and we got absolutely wrecked. Absolutely eviscerated.
That is one big pilot.
Exactly. So, yeah. It was unfortunate, but yeah, And I can't really remember the exact chain of events that allowed us to figure out what the heck that these were bots, but it's irrelevant. What matters is we realized the error of our ways and how foolish we were, what foolish young lads we were, and yeah, so that was that. I want to say something something happened when we switched servers, and we had to switch servers again really quick, and they were all in there, and it was just like, what the heck? How is that even possible? Some kind of scenario like that, and then, yeah. So maybe they were all being controlled by Clabot, and you didn't know. Maybe that's quite a possibility. Quite a possibility. Get on out of here. Stop this nonsense. I cannot slay this fool down in the bottom of this lake. This little pond here. This pond dweller. Yeah, there it is. Get out of here, you fool. The way this water looks, like the transparency here, this is very interesting. Like, I wonder what this would look like on a CRT. Or, well, I guess it would be on the Game Gear screen, really. It probably would look very blurry. Man, I just can't get over how nice this game looks. Hit? Oh, come on now. Oh, I'm sorry, Elijah. I saw that. I was in the mid-speech, and I totally forgot. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. I am... This October, this spooky season. What is going on, Ren? No problem at all. No problem at all. This spooky season, we are for sure going to play Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. That is absolutely a thing that is going to happen. Beyond that, I'm not entirely sure. I know I've said this several times. I've been toying with the idea of doing some kind of VR stream. So that might be the appropriate time to do that. I don't think my body can handle playing a VR game for 3 hours. I just don't really think that is a thing that can occur in my life. I'm just going to have to do a trial run of that. And then monitoring chat would be kind of weird, and I have to kind of think about that and whatever, so. Okay, I cannot go back in here, so I have to go this way. What the freaking heck? Hit? But yeah, if anyone has any other suggestions for spooky games, I'll go back in time and make it so Silent Hills is made and you can play that. Yeah. Man, oh, God, that is one of the biggest crimes in all of video game history, is that game did not get made. I was talking about this earlier before you got here, Steven, but I beat the Silent Hill 2 remake, which came out last fall, I think is when that came out. And I really enjoyed it. I'm not a Silent Hill 2 connoisseur, so I don't really know what all they added to it. I know that there are some things that they enhanced about it, but I'm not entirely sure what all they added. Maybe I can go down here. But I do know they enhanced a few things, as they do, as they gotta do, you know. Yeah, look at that. But I definitely enjoyed it. And I'd been wanting to replay Silent Hill 2 for quite a while, so I'm glad that I was able to play the remake. Yeah, so I beat that, and then now I beat that before my trip last week, and I really wanted to beat it before I started something new, because reasons. And so I did that, and I really I wanted to pick up, something mobile, something that I could play on the Switch or on the Steam Deck or something. And so rather than playing one of the 150 games in my backlog, I opted to get the new Donkey Kong Bonanza game. And it is fantastic. It is an absolutely fantastic video game. And I was talking about this a little bit earlier, but it is, I feel like it is the perfect blend of, the perfect blend of Donkey Kong Country with the rare N64 era, like Banjo-Kazooie kind of style game. Can I not hit with this while I'm flying? The answer's no, Scott. The answer's no. It feels like Donkey Kong Country enhanced. I don't really know what it is. I can't really watch Connor. Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, it's really good. It is very, very well done. It really just feels like they appreciated the roots of Donkey Kong Country. And interestingly, this is another thing I was mentioning earlier. At first, I did not like the new design for DK. I am extremely partial to the rare Donkey Kong Country design, but I absolutely see why they did what they did to his design. And honestly, it really kind of seems like a lot of the shots that I saw of his facial expressions in trailers and gameplay and whatever. He was making like a weird face, and I didn't really like it. But there are a lot of times in the game where he will make a facial expression and it'll look like, the Donkey Kong Country design. So I really he's a lot more emotive, I think, with this new face design that they've added for the game. So yeah, it's a really good game. It is quite fantastic. I am really enjoying it. I really wanted to wait and see what people had to say review-wise about it before I picked it up, and so that's what I did. And the reviews have been very good, and so I couldn't resist. And thankfully, on my trip last week, I had a lot of downtime, so I was able to spend a good chunk of time playing through it. I haven't beaten it yet, but I'm not sure exactly how many hours I have put into it, but I've put a decent amount. So yeah, it is a pretty fantastic game, especially if you like Mario Odyssey. If you like Mario Odyssey, then there's something really satisfying to me. I was a little on the fence about, like, yeah, am I actually gonna really like the whole destroy anything, dig and explore and all that stuff. I was really on the fence if I was going to actually enjoy that. But yeah, I I am quite enjoying it. And they don't really force it down your throat, having to explore and dig and all this kind of stuff. So if you just want to do the bare minimum, you can do that. So yeah. Whoa. But you gotta explore a little bit, because you gotta get bananas. You gotta collect the bananas so you can get upgrades and whatnot. Please. What the frick? There it is. Get out of here. All right. Wow, I don't know if that's what I wanted. I don't think that's what I wanted, but we made it down here again. Okay. Yeah, baby. Look at that. That is what I call winning. I want to get Switch too soon, but I'm wondering if they'll release a version with a better... They absolutely are going to release a version with a better screen. They absolutely are going to release an OLED version. It just might be a few years. I can't imagine that they would do that anytime in the next year or so. I would think it would probably be a couple of years before they do that. They will probably release some kind of like silent hardware revision, where they've made something more efficient. Maybe it has like a little bit better battery life. They did that with the Switch one. I'm not sure exactly. I think it was like the next year, the second year it was out, maybe, that they did that. Made the battery life a little more efficient. I'm glad it's not completely required. I've seen people destroy entire levels and could see myself slightly obsessing on that. Low Ryden, what is going on? How's it going? It's so good to see you on this day of the week. Yeah, you don't have to destroy everything. And another thing that kind of gave me a little bit of anxiety was, okay, so I have to like dig all over the place to find items. Am I just supposed to blindly dig all over the place? So I wasn't wild about that aspect. But you do this thing. DK can do this thing where you slap on the ground, and it's kind of like a radar. So you can kind of see items that are nearby. So then you can start digging for them. You can, as you get more bananas, you can upgrade the radius, the range of that slap thing, so you can see things further away. You can also find treasure maps that point you in the direction of things. So I feel like it's a good balance. It's not just like blindly digging all over the place trying to find stuff. It's a good balance of things that are hidden versus being able to unlock something or do something that enables you to find things easier. So doing good. That's good to hear. I'm also doing well. I'm also doing fantastic. It's good to be back. I was out of town last week for work-related situations, so it is good to be back. Look at that puzzle I just solved with my brain. Trying to think what else. What was I going to mention about Danky Kang? The music's really good. There's some pretty good throwbacks to the David Wise Donkey Kong Country days. So that's cool. It's a really good blend of Donkey Kong Country mixed with wow, am I falling to my death? Mixed with the N64 Banjo-Kazooie era Donkey or Rare, kind of mixed with a lot of like some of the more modern like Mario Odyssey, like that kind of thing. Ted Cummett. Mentions games to play for Spooky Santa. I lots of recommends Alien Isolation, Alan Wake 2. I haven't finished Alan Wake 1. I know that is an actual crime. I've always wanted to, I just haven't. It is most definitely on my list. So I need to finish. Oh frick. Do not decease me, please, I'm begging. Did I win? Oh wow, it just threw me out of the level. That is a freaking bogus thing to happen. These levels are long. How do people beat this on Game Gear batteries? Exactly. Exactly that. Oh, and not only did it throw me out of the level, but I have freaking 4 rings. Great. At least I can fly for a long time. Look at that. Yeah, I would... I'd like to play a game. I have also heard good things about Alien Isolation. That'd be a good VR game. Let me tell you that much. That may punish me more than I'm willing to say. Words would probably be said. If I were playing Alien Isolation in VR live on the interwebs, it is very possible I might swear a cuss. It is very possible that would occur. I remember, how many of you, that sounds terrifying, exactly. Spooky Games Season suggestion Dead Rising is a phenomenal game. I played the crap out of that game when I was big in the 360 days, whenever that was, like 2007, I think maybe is when I got that game. Alien Isolation is creepy, but a great game. I've heard good things. I've heard good things. What was I going to say? Oh, have any of you played Phasmophobia, or do you know what that is? It is, if you do not, it is it's so, how do I describe this? You are watched friends play it a lot. Yeah, I've played a good amount of it. I love it. It's been a while since I played it. I'd love to check it out. I played it when I believe it was still in beta. I think. I don't think it was early access. I think it was early access. I don't know. But I say all to say it is a different game now than when I originally played it. But basically, you are a ghost identifier. So you're not really a ghost buster. Your job is to go into a haunted house where somebody is experiencing some kind of paranormal activity and identify what kind of ghost is in the house so that you can let the Ghostbusters know, so they know what they're dealing with and they can properly dispose of said ghost. So your job is to go into the house and use a series of tools and that kind of thing to identify the ghost. And once you identify the ghost, that's it. You leave. So, which sounds kind of lame, but it's pretty fantastic. It's it is a lot of fun when you get some friends together to play it. And so you're basically bait for the Ghostbusters, something like that. Yes, something like that. And I'm sure it's like even better now, but it's very, very well done. Like literally, your job is to taunt the ghost to figure out what it is, to get it. You know, at first you walk in there and nothing is really happening, but as time progresses and you use different items or whatever, different things start occurring, and it becomes just a little bit more unhinged the longer that you're there. And then basically you can get killed in the game. And once you get killed in the game, then you can kind of mess with your friends. So you're like in the ghost spirit realm or whatever, but you're still in the area. You can't talk to the cool thing about the game, you don't want to play it like on Discord or anything. You want to play it actually on the chat in the game, because two things. So one, when you're walking around and you're not with your friends, what did I just do? What the heck? Why did I just leave? I don't even know. I think I just accidentally exit. I didn't even know you could exit. Whatever. So you're walking around. If you're not with your friends, you have to talk on your walkie-talkie, like your comm system, to communicate with them. If you are near them, then you hear them in the room with you. So that aspect of it is really, really cool. As an audio person, I appreciate the attention to detail in the audio of this game. And that being said, when you die, or when your friend dies or you die or whatever, you can't talk to anybody. You're kind of like isolated, but you can mess with stuff. You can throw things at them. You can pick up items and throw them across the room in front of them and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's cool. But also, it taps into like the Windows voice recognition system or whatever, something like that. And so you're able to actually talk to the ghost, and something that you can do to encourage paranormal activity is to say things to the ghost, call out the ghost's name, and just say different things to the ghost, ask it questions, and like you can put out a book and ask it questions, and it can write things in the book, and it's a whole thing. So all that being said, I tell you all of that to say, there's a VR version of this, and one of the first things I did after I got my Quest was I hooked it up to my computer and I played this game with it. And after having played Phasmophobia a pretty good amount without VR, just walking around in this area, like, I mean, it's VR, so it looks and feels like you're just looking around. You're in this freaking house, and I just remember it was horrifying. The first encounter I had with the entity, and it was as tall as me. I'm freaking looking at this bro, and he is right in front of me, full body, full frontal. You know what I'm saying? And it was horrifying, and all I knew to do was just literally drop to the ground. And so, I was playing with some friends, and they actually saw me get as low to the ground as I could get. I don't think my character animation actually had me on the ground, but I was just like in some kind of glitched out way, like on the ground. So yeah. Anyway, it's a pretty fun game. If any of you have never heard of it and want to check it out, it's pretty fantastic. But you got to play it with people. It is way more enjoyable with with other people. I've played it alone a few times, and it's still creepy, don't get me wrong, but yeah. A big part of the experience is just the whole communication aspect of it and everything, so. Okay, where are we going here? So one person I watched basically goes in and starts cussing out and verbally mocking the ghost. It's pretty effective for making them angry. She dies a lot. Yes. Yeah, that's all. That maneuver is also very, very entertaining when you're playing with people who are a little more timid, and you're just you're taunting the crap out of this ghost the whole time. People don't like that. People don't like that. So, yeah. But yeah, after playing PT, I love horror experiences that get to me, you know, that make me legitimately, that absolutely freak me out. Paul, what is going on? How is it going? It is phenomenal to see you on this day of the week. Yeah, it's interesting. I can't do horror games. I totally understand. I'm not big on horror movies, which is very interesting. I'm not big on horror movies like at all. I do sometimes. It just kind of depends, but I like horror games. I don't know what it is, especially ones where I don't have a gun. I think those are the ones that I like, are the ones that make me feel helpless. I think the thing that, I know that sounds very abusive to myself, but I think that's the thing that I don't like about horror movies is I'm not in control, versus in a horror game, I'm in control of the situation. As unhinged as it might be, you know, if I die, that's on me. If I am hunted by some entity, that is on me. If in Phasmophobia, if I'm the one calling out, screaming at a ghost that it's a beehole and it didn't deserve to live in the first place, and then it murders me, then that's on me, right? Dadgummit. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. Alien Isolation, though, that is one that I have heard people talk about. I need to look that up and see what the see if that would be a good stream game or not. I try to keep the stream kind of hard PG. Ah, deceased. So the problem with horror games is a lot of them are rather mature. So there's that. Might have to do like a MichaelK after hours unhinged stream on Twitch and play some of that other kind of stuff. PG or 80s PG. Yes. I realize 80s PG is rather can be rather brutal. There are some 80s PG was wild, exactly. Yeah, there are definitely some movies that I remember watching and looking at the rating. This is PG. Crazy pants. I mean, you know, every once in a while we play something with a C tier cuss. It happens. But it'd be best if we weren't flinging F-bombs all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Mild PG-13. I prefer... Oh, frick. Did I... Oh, it changed what I had equipped. What the H?
On October 1st, 2024, Michael K said, "Great balls of fire."
I did, in fact, say that at that point in time that day. Or did I unequip that? Did I unequip that? I mean, case in point, the only reason why the stream would ever be mild PG-13 is because people take my quote, the things I'm saying out of context, right? Right? Wow, I looked at that. I thought I had 0 rings, and I was about to lose my actual living, breathing sanity. I would never. Look at that. Look at how we have won this video game. We have done a straight up Donkey Kong bonanza here and blowed it all up. Bendy and the Ink Machine. I have heard of that game. I don't know anything about it. What kind of game is that? Because we're gonna make our way through all of the Five Nights at Freddy's experiences. I have no doubt. I'm not sure how long Security Breach is. I don't think it'll take the whole month. Get on out of here.
On May 27th, 2025, Michael K said, "My bones are not hard enough, if you know what I'm saying."
This is exactly what I'm talking about. You guys are nasty. I could have sworn there was something else I was going to play. Oh, I know what it was. I know exactly what it was. I got a game, Clock Tower. It's a Clock Tower. It's like a remaster or something on the Switch that I was thinking about playing. But it's like a, I believe it came out on this. I believe it's a Super Nintendo game that. So it's like a side-scrolling survival horror game with pixel art. Let me go grab it really quick and show. Clock Tower is a classic, exactly. Yeah, so this bro right here. Clock Tower oh, it's like super dark. You can barely see what the heck's happening there. But yeah, it looks a little brutal. It does in fact look a little bit brutal. So it's rated teen for violence, blood, and gore. So there's that. Living Tales balancing for dear life is hilarious. But yeah, as you can see by this cover here, yeah, there's this bro that carries around giant scissors, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So I haven't played any of these games, but yeah, so I got this one a few months back, and I thought that would be a good spooky season game. I don't know. We'll see. But the top priority is Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. That's absolutely happening. Hang on, my junk is messed up down here. Got to make sure it's in the right spot, otherwise it doesn't work right. Okay. Yeah, so Security Breach, and then I don't really... If we beat Security Breach in just a couple of weeks. I don't think it's that. I don't know. Initially I was thinking that I would play like Security Breach and then watch. It's funny how sometimes I look at chat and then I just start reading it. My chuck is good grief. What the heck was I even saying? I do not know how long Security Breach is. So I was initially thinking I would probably play that and then maybe like one of those Five Nights at Freddy's fan games or something. But I kind of like the idea of playing Clock Tower here. And that might be a thing. I don't think that's necessarily going to be a super scary game or anything. I mean, it could. I have never had a Super Nintendo game jump scare me, but you know, it could be the one. It could be the one. Clock Tower. So there's several Clock Tower games. There's this one. This was the original one, and I believe there's two on the PS1, and then there's Clock Tower 3 on the PS2. I don't know if there's a fourth one or not. But there are several of them. I have not played any of them. Clock Tower 1 and 2 are... well, they've been on my list of PS1 games that I greatly desire. But it's like a $300 game. I think they're both like $300 games at this point, so I don't know. I have to get a good trade, a good trade going in order to do that. So yeah, I have to. Let me take a gander. Let me take a gander. I'm gonna leave Tails balancing for his life here. Let's see how much. This is. I always like to look at this kind of stuff and just kind of see what we got going on as far as prices go. Okay, so the first Clock Tower on PS1. Actually, I think it went down. I'm pretty sure it was around 300 or so. No, I'm thinking of the second one. The first one on PS1 is about 200. Woo! The second one has gone up. The second one complete is about 430. Yikes. Mega yikes. That is brutal. That is brutal. Brutal in the old wallet. I didn't realize that one had gone up so much. That's crazy pants. Absolute crazy pants all over my face and chest. I beat it in like a week. Security. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think it's that long. I think the last time I looked it up, it was like maybe. I can't remember if it was like, if I'm thinking of it was like 8 hours or if it was like 12 hours or something like that. I don't know. Either way, that's happening, and then depending on how much time we have after that, we'll do something else as well. Maybe Clock Tower. So what kind of game is the bendy game? I know I've seen that, but I don't know anything about it. Isn't that like a platformer, like a side scroller, maybe? Boom! Shakalaka! Got him. Alright, the goal is to not decease this time around. Frick. No! Yeah.
Unjustifiably in a
Look at that.
position that I'd rather not be in. But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Napalm bomb. Too bad I cannot use that right now. Frick. I have fallen and I cannot get up. I just... I wonder... Oh my goodness gracious. See, now... I don't know if some of these items that I've gotten, if I need to equip those and go back to previous levels in order to move, to keep on going. I'd actually have to look up some kind of strategy guide for this because I'm a wuss and I have no idea what I'm doing. Get out of here, Tails. With the H. With the H. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is this where I was getting knocked down? I got knocked down, but I got up again. Yeah. Okay, so this is where we got that. I don't. Maybe that is what I was supposed to do here. That's the purpose of this, is literally just to get that item. Oh, no, just kidding. What do we have here? Is this a boss? Are we fighting? Oh, frick. I'm not sure if I need to jump or what. Frick. Oh, I forget I can freaking fly. Of course I can fly. I'm a fox with 2 tails, duh. Look at that. Look at how good I am at this video game. Phenomenal. Uh-oh. Look at you. Whoa, what the frick was that? Did balls just fall from the sky? Oh, they did in fact.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
What the? Nuh-uh-uh. Okay. Get out of here. Keep your hands to yourself. This is my no-no square. Thank you very much. Stop this. Do not decease me. Do not you dare. Do not you freaking dare rob me of this victory that I know belongs to us. Yes. You freaking duck, man. Anti-air missile. The heck am I supposed to do with all these items? Okay. Oh, so I don't have to... look at that. Wow. Okay, I have no clue what I'm supposed to do now. We have come full circle. We've collected a bunch of items. And we are back here. We're back here at the map. So I'm sure I need to go here and equip some items. I don't really need the regular button. I don't know what the heck I need this helmet for. Napalm. I thought there was something else. Something else I got. Was there not something else I got? Maybe I'm hallucinating. It's quite possible I'm hallucinating. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So where the heck was that? Oh, this is where these kind of games just get brutal. It's like, okay, where did I see that random block that I couldn't destroy? Question mark, question mark. I think it was here. Yeah. Surely it was here. Yeah, take it. Take it. Okay. Okay, what does this do? What kind of chaos ensues when I use this? Whoa. Haha, look at that. Love it. Whoa, 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 whoa! Bro, when you get knocked out of the air, you get knocked out of the air. They are not messing around. And I cannot throw that when I am, when I'm flying, so... Okay, let's see. Frick. Oh, well, that doesn't work. That doesn't do anything for me. Mother of pearl. Can I... Trying button combinations so I can leave the level. Doesn't appear that I can leave. Okay. I'm uncertain what the path forward looks like here. Interesting. Alright, now I just need to leave. Just need to make like a tree and get out of here, you know what I'm saying? Ah! I love that Tails can climb in this. I really, really appreciate that little detail. Alright, so I still don't know what the heck the hammer does. I'm questioning if the hammer is even used in any kind of capacity to move forward, or if it's just like just a weapon. I don't know. I do not know what to tell you. Just gonna walk on these spikes. I have so many rings. So many rings. I'm basically invincible at this point. Alright, Steven, we will catch you later. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your night and a fantastic week, and we will see you very soon out here in cyberspace land. Okay, can I do something here? The answer's no. The answer's no. Woo, indeed. Where's my button? Woo! I just love how Tails just casually, he's just like on a casual stroll, and the ground is just falling beneath him. Bro, I still do not understand why I cannot destroy those blocks. Like, what? Okay. I guess... Okay. I guess you have to go to certain places in the level. Wow. Yeah, this is a lot. I actually didn't even think about how deep this game could get with the Metroidvania kind of style. This overworld map here is very misleading. It's extremely misleading because it's like you look at this and you're like, oh, I can just select whatever level I'm going into, but no. That's just kind of an entry point into a lot of other garbage. So I mean, some of these things, I don't know what the purpose of this helmet thing is. I have no clue, unless there's some random thing that requires me to have that. And, purple Chaos Emerald, red Chaos Emerald. Man, are you telling me there are 8 Chaos Emeralds? Oh, I see. I wonder why the heck they did that. That's actually really interesting that... Instead of making the Chaos Emeralds a certain color on here, it has the initial on... Okay, I see what they did there. Interesting. What an interesting design decision. I wonder if that was a color limitation, or if they did that to match all the other items. I don't know. Very weird. Inventory reminds me of Zelda. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Let's see that. Let's explore a little tiny bit here. Just a little bit more. Just a tiny bit more before we wrap up. I'm not really sure. It kind of seemed like there was a... I do not understand why the frick I can't destroy that wall. I feel like there's something else to be had in this area. Whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. The way that he's like kind of vibrating as he's on a platform like that is kind of trippy, but Ah, motherless. No, 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 no. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I feel like there's something I'm missing there. I don't know what the heck it is. I also really wish Tails could, like, kick these bombs. Whatever. No, 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 no. Try the Xbox 360 exploit. Can't confirm it works. Nice. So with that exploit, what does that what does that allow you to do? So that allows you to install some kind of new system menu, and then you can kind of do whatever you want from there depending on the system menu, and like all the fancy features, like with like FTP and like loading games over a network, like all kinds of stuff like that. I know zero about the Xbox 360 homebrew modding scene. Bro, these are the same freaking wall blocks as in that other area. I do not know why I cannot destroy those. What the H? Whoa! Okay. Just have a file browser to boot up games from the USB drive, but assuming anymore. Yeah, that's cool. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to see if that's... So when you reset the console, so it's like a tethered situation where when you power cycle the system, then it loses the exploit. But you said you can save whatever, all your settings and whatever on the USB drive, so you can just re-exploit it immediately upon boot. How long does the exploit take? Okay, so I know I need to come in from the other side. Need to go all the way around. No. 2 to 6 minutes, okay. Not bad. Heard it can go quicker. Is it compatible with all 360s, or is it just a certain revision? Freaking heck. Oh, this is where we're going. Nice. Alright. I'm not going that other way like I did last time. Okay, so we got this. Knuckles? Huh? Knuckles, you say? Whoop. Wonder if I fly up, if anything? No. Okay. Let's see what the heck Knuckles is all about. He probably just shows up and gives you an item or something. Knuckles. Alright. Let's see here. let's go in here. Oh. You can punch. All right, well, now I got to go back to that other place and see if I can punch through that freaking wall. It's like the only thing I want in life is to figure out why I cannot delete that wall from existence. Whoa. Keep your bombs to yourself. Yeah. Get out of here. Yep. Okay. The moment of truth. I'm going to be pretty wounded if this doesn't work. I'm wounded. I'm officially wounded. What? Interesting. That's weird. That's like a weird behavior. So if you hold the direction you're punching in and you just punch, you kind of like float backwards. I do like the icon as a picture of Knuckles. Guess I should appreciate the literal application of Knuckles. Exactly. I do not freaking... I will not... I just don't know if I'm ever going to be able to sleep again knowing that I don't understand what I'm supposed to freaking do with this stupid wall here. Nothing deletes these blocks. Literally, those blocks look exactly the same as any of the other blocks that we've been dealing with. I don't know. I just do not know what to tell you. Good grief. I guess the big thing with this game is you just gotta kind of explore every single area. Did we... I don't know. I feel like there wasn't anything up there. Just gotta keep exploring. When you find out you're gonna be so mad, always do, yeah, for real. Yeah, for me, I tend to overthink a lot of puzzles. Let me go back here and go up. I tend to overthink a lot of puzzles. So, oh, are you okay? I like it when Tails first takes off. He kind of sticks out his tongue. So he's trying real hard. OG Happy Dude, how is it going? It's so great to see you on this day of the week. I'm gonna fight somebody. These blocks look exactly like the ones I cannot delete. What the heck? Get out of here, Duckman. Maybe I should have gone that other way. See, now I can't freaking remember which way I've been.
On December 30th, 2024, MichaelK said, touch the diggy.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Eh? Okay. I do vaguely remember we have gone this way. Oh, this is how we... Okay. Frick. This is what we did last time. So the other way... Mother of Pearl. Doing okay. That's good. That's good. Okay is better than bad. No, 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 no. I just do not know. Can we go this way? Is there anything down here that I need to know about other than spikes? Smile, 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 smile. Is this where we came from? Yes, it is. Good, good. Oh, really? Really, really, really? Still in that high from a month ago while at SGDQ. Can't believe it was a month now. Man, you know, time is crazy. Time is just crazy pants. I feel that. There have also been things that I've been thinking about recently. I was like, wow, I can't believe that was a month ago. I can't believe that was 3 months ago. Can't believe we're past the halfway point of the year. All that nonsense. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yes, I realize I'm deceasing before all of our eyes. I want to go back to the beginning of this level. Just need to see. I just need to see. Okay, so I went up. I went up. I went up this past time. So why am I over here? What is this? What is this spot here? Can I go in there? Interesting. This looks aggressive. Maybe I need... Oh, frick. I need to... I need to equip the Knuckles thing. Do you know the last time we were at the same convention was 13 years ago? Jeez. That's brutal. Oh, great. Now I can't get back over there. Freaking unbelievable. Okay. Okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to equip the punch. We are also going to equip... I don't know what the heck this stupid hammer's for, so we'll do this napalm thing here and see if any of this is what we need. And we are going to go back here. And then we are going to go down instead of up. Oh, yeah. 13 years ago. That is wild. That is absolute insanity. Whoop. Yeah, I miss playing at video game conventions, or just conventions in general. I'm just so wounded about these freaking blocks here that will not delete. I just can't get over the level of detail in the animations in this game. They just... Wait, did I go down? Yes. Okay, this is the way I'm going. Yes. Whoa, chill out. Wow, the wind is aggressive. I believe I still have my Pulp Bark badge somewhere. I have from the first Pulp Arc that we went to. What year was that? Was that 2012? I think it was 2012. I still have. We got for being guests. I don't really know why we got this, but for being guests, we got this little like welcome this welcome baggie with. It just had a few random goodies in it. I don't remember what all was in it, except for this random coffee mug that was from a bank in that town. And I still have that coffee mug. I used it a couple weeks ago, actually. And if somebody saw it, they'd be like, "Why do you have this random basic coffee mug from this random bank?" It's because got it at a pretty cool little convention in Arkansas. That Pulp Arc was one of our favorite conventions that we went to, just because we made so many cool connections there, and it was just it was a fun little convention. We should play Five Nights at Freddy's, the guy in purple next week. Is Five Nights at Freddy's the guy in purple a fan game or something? The past couple of years we've been playing Five Nights at Freddy's games on during October, during Spooky Month. It's a fan game. Okay. Let me write that down. I'll look that up. In purple FNAF. Yeah, I'll look that up and see. Okay, so we've been this way. Makes it hilarious. I got equivalent to a guest coffee mug. As you see, it's an AMD branded water bottle because we didn't know GDQ was sponsored by them until 3 days before the event. Nice. Yeah, it's so interesting because it's one of those things, like it means something to me, but if anybody else saw it, they'd be like, why do you have this? Amongst all the other cool like video game related coffee mugs I have and cups and whatever, I have this random bank mug. Never played the game but saw clips. Okay, what kind of game is it? Is it like a first person thing, or is it like more of like a traditional style Five Nights at Freddy's, or what? So it's similar to just the plain old formula. Okay. No. Whereas I can't complain. I've been using it every day since. Reason of consuming water. That's good. That's always good to have a reason to consume water, for sure. Nothing to quite do it like a like a new cup. Should rewatch the Fazbear Night stream. Best stream. A handful of times I have gone back and started to make like social media like short clips of that stream because I agree. There are some pretty good moments. That game is freaking terrifying. Like, it's so good. It like they absolutely nailed that game. It's fantastic. It's just I just love how all the bots sound like they just sound like they have so much weight to them. And the way that they freak, I don't know. That is a great fan game. I know there's a Fazbear Nights 2. Pretty certain that is a thing. So that might be something we need to check out. Is there anything for us to do in here? Question mark. See, stuff like that. It's like I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about getting rings, but it's like, man, I wish there was like something better than just some rings in there. Hope I don't miss too much. Everybody has been enjoying these streams. Hope you keep them. I appreciate that, Miller Time, and it's excellent to have you here. We're definitely. This is so it's one of those things. These streams are something that I enjoy doing because it gives me an excuse to hang out with people in cyberspace land and play a bunch of random game. Like it forces me to sit down and play, a random game from my shelves for 3 to 4 hours or so. That's usually why I try to keep them to be shorter games, and I try to usually refrain from the longer games on stream. We're not playing any JRPGs or anything like that. Just because I like to go around, just to make my rounds and experience a bunch of different games instead of dropping 400 hours on one game. So is this just gonna spit me? Oh no. Okay, I got to ask, but you're planning on getting the N64 Analog Pro? I do in fact have one on pre-order, and yeah, I've been thinking about it recently, and so basically I kind of got caught up in the hype with it. So I'm actually playing on a Mega SG right now, which is Analog's Genesis, and it has a Game Boy, a Game Gear cartridge adapter, which is how I'm playing this game. So, so I have an Analog Pocket. I love Analog's products. They're some of their practices can be a little weird, but I do like Analog products. So, yeah, I did pre-order the N64 or the Analog 3D, whatever they're calling it. So allegedly that'll be here next month, and the thing about it is like I was thinking about this not too long ago, and it's like I don't actually need it. And I was thinking like, I don't really I don't know that I necessarily like need it. So I don't know. It's possible I may end up trading it for something that I want. I don't know. We'll see. But I am definitely gonna check it out when I get it. Just because you guys know me. I love new video game hardware. I love all this freaking nonsense that I don't need. But I have an RGB modded N64 with a RetroTink 4K, so I don't technically need the Analog 3D, but here we are. Yeah, we'll definitely have to play some kind of a N64 game when we get that. Not sure which one, but yeah. But so what was I gonna say? RPGs, yeah. I also in my free time I do play a lot of JRPGs. That's kind of what I've been playing a lot, mostly over the past few years. I'll play something current, and then something more modern, and then I'll come back. Ultronomous, what is going on? How is it going? I appreciate you being here. Hope you're doing fantastic today. Good luck with the playthrough. I've never beaten or seen this beaten before. I doubt. I can confirm we are not beating this tonight. 1,000%. We're about to wrap up here in a moment. I'm just rambling and flying around, but yeah. Anyway, it's excellent to have you here. Let's see, where'd my mouse go? Where's my mouse? Yeah, so I've been kind of alternating back and forth between modern stuff and JRPGs. So the last RPG that I played through was Suikoden, and Before that, I played... What did I play? Final Fantasy VIII, I think, is what I played before that. Played Final Fantasy VIII, played Final Fantasy VII. Playing a bunch of PS1 JRPGs, games that I never beat, or I never played as a kid because I had a Saturn growing up. I didn't have a PlayStation, so I missed out on a lot of really good PlayStation games. So I'm trying to get up to speed with a lot of that stuff. So, hang on, trying to get caught up with chat here. I'm behind. What 90s Nickelodeon shows do you know? I mean, I frequented Nickelodeon. My childhood all the way up, I don't know, kind of really around the time that SpongeBob started taking off is kind of when I stopped watching Nickelodeon. But, you know, I mean, all the Nicktoons pre SpongeBob. So, you know, the classics like Doug and Rugrats and Ren and Stimpy, and you know, Rocko's Modern Life is one of my favorite ones, hands down. I bet I probably have to be able to fly longer to do something here, so I have to come back here at some point in the future. Rocko's Modern Life, Real Monsters, and Hey Arnold. All those. The Angry Beavers. I didn't really get into... What was... I forget what that other one was. That other one with the kids that they lived in the jungle or whatever. I didn't really get into that one. Okay. I think that's gonna do it here. I don't think we're gonna progress much more here on this day. Let's see. Dumb question. What are your thoughts about the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection releasing after your purchase of the Mortal Kombat 1 arcade board? Let me tell you. I do not care. I do not care what the heck gets released out here in cyberspace land. Nothing in this universe compares to having a Mortal Kombat 1 arcade board plopped down here. Yes, there are many other more efficient ways to play this video game, but look at this. Look at this monstrosity. That's just cool, right? You got the volume knob over here on the side. Look at the cable management that a guy here did on the inside of this custom acrylic case with this JAMA Edge floppy thing here from Mr. Add-ons. Some good stuff. Good stuff there. Even got the soundboard. The soundboard was freaking separate from the main board, so you could play it in silence. It kind of sucked until you got the soundboard. But here we are. Look at that. It's good stuff, right? Just beat the Dragon Quest 3. Wow, I'm so behind. I just beat the Dragon Quest 3 remake. I have played 0 Dragon Quest games. I know that's probably a crime, but yeah, I don't actually know anything about them. Are they good? Do you guys enjoy the Dragon Quest games? So maybe I should add those to my list for my retirement. How many Nickelodeon games do you have? So like I mentioned earlier, I picked this up on my my trip. Well, as I break this board here, that would not be pleasant for anybody. Picked up Real Monsters here on my trip last week, so I got that. There's a Rocko's Modern Life on the Super Nintendo game that I have. There is what was that? Stimpy's Invention on the Genesis. There is another Ren and Stimpy game for the NES called like Ren and Stimpy Buckaroos or something like that. I have that. I'm going to get to it. I promise. I want to play Final Fantasy 3/6 first or whatever. That's 6, right? this on the Super Nintendo. I've never played that. I want to play that. Heard really, 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 really good things about that one. So at some point in time, I'm going to play that one. But yeah, once I play that, then Final Fantasy IX will be on my list. Suikoden 2 and Final Fantasy 8 are two of my favorite RPGs. I would consider Xenogears Legend. So yes, I've heard great things about Suikoden 2. I wanted to play Suikoden 2. That's really the one I've heard most people recommend, but I wanted to play the first one before I played the second one. So I do have a physical copy of Suikoden 2. I got it from Steven, who was in the chats earlier. He hooked me up with a great price on that game. Really honestly before the price on that game started getting out of control. But yeah, so I'm going to play that at some point soon. Looking forward to playing that. Final Fantasy VIII. I loved Final Fantasy VIII. I know some people poo-poo all over Final Fantasy VIII, but I freaking loved that. Having just played Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy VII for the first time as an adult, I played all the way through both of them. I actually like 8 better. I don't have any nostalgia for either one of them. But yeah, I really liked the story of 8 a lot better than 7. So yeah. And I actually really liked the battle system in 8 quite a bit, which I wasn't really. That's another thing that I really liked about that game, which is kind of a double-edged sword, is that the game list of games to play, I will get there, just kind of rotating back and forth between some modern stuff and some of these RPGs I've kind of always wanted to play. Missed out on SpongeBob era early. Yeah, I watched a little bit of SpongeBob, but not a whole lot. My dad actually watched more SpongeBob than me back in the day. Yeah, so Rocket Power. I never got into Rocket Power. That's another one I was thinking of. But Wild Thornberries. I never got into either of those. And Stimpy is a Street Fighter 2 board would be cooler. I've thought about getting a Street Fighter 2 board, but I just have not. Have not. That would be, I believe, that would be a CPS 1 board, which you can actually get that board and load it up with it's basically like a mod that lets you load up a bunch of different games on it, so you're using that board to play a bunch of different ROMs with it. So cable management is impressive. Appreciate that, Paul. Miller is based on opinion, a correct opinion. And it doesn't have dust on it. No, it does not. I have a little kind of not display, but a storage cabinet down here that all of my arcade boards are in. So yeah, there's that. Have I showed you guys the arcade boards that I have? Final Fantasy 8 grade of Final Fantasy 7. I agree with that. I agree with that statement. Show you what I got, since we're just chatting to wrap up the stream here. So we got the Mortal Kombat 1 here, and then this is Caveman Ninja. Let me move this out of the way before I freaking break something. That would not be great. So this is Caveman Ninja. This is Joe and Mac. If any of you guys have played Joe and Mac on the Super Nintendo or the Genesis or the NES, this is the arcade version of Joe and Mac. Joe and Mac is one of my favorite games on the Super Nintendo. So I was looking for something else, and I came across this arcade board. I had no idea that it existed, but yeah. So I really, really enjoy this game. Got all the arcade boards that I have are games that I have some kind of attachment to for some reason. So I'm not just kind of like buying everything, because these are like stupid expensive, and they just keep going up in price. I kind of got into the hobby just as it was going wild, but yeah. Anyway, this is Tekken 3. So this board, I've heard it described as this is kind of like a PlayStation 1.5 hardware. It's a PlayStation hardware, but just like a little beefier than a regular PlayStation. So yeah, that is Tekken 3. I'm not sure. I can't remember what other games run on this. A lot of these boards, other games, other ROM sets will run on this hardware. On this, I forgot. I believe this is the game. This is the ROM chips here on the side over here. But you could technically swap this out with another set of ROM chips to play a different game. And there are a handful of games that run on this particular board. But and like for example, this this Mortal Kombat 1 board, this is the same board that NBA Jam runs on. So you can actually swap out the ROM set for NBA Jam and play NBA Jam on the same board. You just have to have there's like sound chips for it, and there's the game chips and stuff. So anyway, what else? What else we got down here? Oh, this is another one of my favorite arcade games of all time. This is a Taito Superman game. I played this on stream forever ago, but this is it's kind of like I played it a ton in a skating rink, a local skating rink, as a kid. It was one of my favorite arcade games. Like, they didn't have that many arcade games in that skating rink, but I always would play this game. It was super hard. It must have been on an insane difficulty. But basically, you play as Superman, obviously, and it's kind of like a side-scrolling, not really, kind of a beat 'em up, kind of ish, but obviously Superman's really strong, so you're kind of kicking dudes across the screen and stuff like that. Occasionally you fight some harder enemies, but kind of like a side scroller, beat 'em up ish kind of game. You can fly around, you can also walk on the ground, so that's cool. And there are levels, like every other level is a horizontal side-scrolling shooter. So where you zap enemies with your laser eyes. So anyway, that is the Taito Superman board. Really, really small. This is actually the smallest board. Well, I guess it's similar to the Tekken 3 board, but yeah. So there's that, and one more. Just one more. I promise, one more. This one I have actually on display on the other side of the room because it's sexy. And that is my Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 with the translucent blood red nonsense going on here. But yeah, I got a pretty good deal on this board, and I did a little bit of trading for it, and or trading. I sold some stuff to get this, but yeah, and it's similar to some of these other boards that run different games. This board can also what is it? Rampage World Tour. There's a newer Rampage game that came out like in the later 90s that really cool game. If you guys never played, if you like Rampage, the original arcade Rampage, and you never played the newer like 32-bit Rampage games, they're pretty good. They are on the Rampage World Tour is the second one that came out on the Saturn, the PS1, I think on the N64, and then the third one, I don't remember what it's called, but it's on the PS1 and the N64. So pretty cool game. If you guys have if you like Rampage and you never played those, so they're good. I also got I got a couple of other boards fairly recently that I have not given the full treatment like this too, so that's on my list of things to do. I had some other projects I needed to take care of. Look how my reflection is in the I love that. Had some other stuff I needed to take care of before I could get to that. So kind of getting back to this place where I'm able to do some of that stuff. So we'll be doing a stream of one of those boards at some point whenever I get it wrapped up. But a hint, it is going to go in a case similar to this, except it is translucent green instead of translucent red, and that's all I will tell you about that. I'm sure if any of you out there who know some of the sought-after arcade boards could probably guess what that is. But yeah, anyway. All right, people of cyberspace, it has been fantastic. It has been fantastic. I really enjoyed Tales of Adventure. This was it was a really good game. I was blown away at how good graphically this game looks. Boom, shakalaka. Indeed. It could almost pass off as a 16-bit game if the resolution was a little higher, like you could see more of the screen. But the detail in the sprites was really good. I might need to look up like some kind of walkthrough and see what I need to do next here. I also see how to break those freaking blocks so I can move on with my life. So yeah, all that. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I would highly recommend checking it out if any of this looked appealing at all to you guys. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for today. Next week, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to play. We might start diving into some of these Nicktoon games. That sounds appealing to me. You guys seem to be into that idea, so I believe that's probably what we're going to do. I'll have to figure out what order we're going to play. Not necessarily just Nicktoon games, but just like cartoon-based games in general. I think that's what's going to happen here. So anyway, I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Oh, and one more thing. I did pin a link up there at the top of the chats. My latest song, Let's Go Away from Daytona, USA, just finally got released to all the streaming music platforms. So if you hurl your fingers into that link at the top of the chats, it'll take you to a page that has links to the Spotify title and Apple Music and YouTube video for that song. And honestly, it's available like anywhere where anybody listens to streaming music, more than likely. So if there's somewhere on that you guys normally listen to music that I'm not putting on that list page, definitely let me know so I can start doing that. But yeah, anyway, hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your evening and a fantastic rest of your week. And I will see you all very soon for some more MichaelK TV and maybe some lawn mowing simulator. Deuces.